Eicher, it's great to be here. Here's a song.
Pandora's face is beautiful but dirty from yesterday. She went to sleep here on the ground, and over her shoulder is a purse, yeah, it's empty, but it's decadent and reeks of the nobility she's found. I said, maybe if I might ask you of an ocean that there's sands behind your stare, how'd you wind up here? And she said, child, don't fall the place I stand, not before you know it's grace it can command. Oh, the very best of me, you see, child, all I need is a sign that things are gonna level out. Yeah, I can feel good for a change. I will wake till the morning when this world can't weigh me down. Yeah, and I will feel right for a while, come on. And all the while I falter, I can see her from the corner of my eye. Her pain crosses every line. See, relativity has got her selfish grip on me. Yeah, every plane of poverty must spend problems of its own. It's a tragedy of honesty when the price is the reward. Yeah, I wear clothes that are too good for me. My fabric has been soiled, but if you take me as I am, I will try and do the same for you. We all know what we go through. All I need is a sign that things are gonna level out. Yeah, I can feel good for a change. I will wake till morning when this world can't weigh me down. I will feel right for a while, come on. Is a sign that things are gonna level out. Yeah, I could feel good for a change. I will wake till morning when this world can't weigh me down. Yeah, I will feel right for a while. All we need is a sign that things are gonna level out. Yeah, let's feel good for a change. When we wake there any hope? Is there? Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Guys, it's awesome to be here. Who's a Sawyer fan in the room? Yeah. I've been looking forward to this show for a long time. So I'm from Youngstown, Ohio, not too far away. We're neighbors. And I got to play a show in November with Sawyer and his band in World Cafe over in Philadelphia. And it was such a fun night. They're a great band. They're great guys. And I just immediately connected with his audience because, much like this room, they like to listen. And that's a fading thing these days. And so I knew I'd be spoiled. I was like, I can't wait to play another show with Sawyer because I know his fans, they really they come to listen. So no pressure or anything, but I'm excited about that. He's an awesome guy. His band, they're all really good guys. We sat up there. They let me sit up in the green room with them, like inches away from them, and who knows what kind of BO I'm sporting tonight. But they were very kind. It's good to be here. This is a song called A Little Bit. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
You came to me and started reading last night. You were looking kind of funny, I was flying a kite. Then you turned to an orange and the wind swept us both away. And we so shiny, boy, in the sky. We were chasing down a place where maybe death couldn't find us. The doctor said there's no escape, but if there is, it's just another itis. Oh, but I like my odds with the ladder and all this newfound vitamin C. I don't know what this is all about, but I can't tell you how to work it out. I know just a little bit. I know just a little bit. And what I want is what I need, and neither one is gonna set me free. I know just a little bit. I know just a little bit. Well, false starts and stumbles got me somewhat good. I know they're telling us we're terminal, but I'm reassured. See, disability is one disease we easily cure. And as fatal as it sounds, I thought of quitting my job and trying to live it off the land instead of landing on some luck. But I better be asked, and probably couldn't get online. Well, I'm starting to doubt my ways, but I doubt it matters much. I don't know what this is all about, and I can't tell you how to work it out. I know just a little bit. I know just a little bit. And what I want is what I need, and neither one is gonna set me free. I know just a little bit. I know just a little bit. I didn't write any lyrics for this part. I didn't write any lyrics for this part. I didn't write any lyrics for this part of the song. My mom is so proud. Oh, back to the dream we were starting to eat. You started dishing on the apples, and I know what you mean. I have a hard time believing in organic when it feels so forced. I used to walk the finest line, now it's walking me. I'm confident and terrified simultaneously. See, I don't eat much candy, but I do enjoy red meat. What I want is what I need. Either one is gonna set me free. I know just a little bit. I know just a little bit. And I don't know what this is all about, and I can't tell you how to work it out. I know just a little bit. I know just a little bit. Oh, I bet you got it all written down. Oh, I bet you got it figured out. I know just a little bit. I know just a little bit. Oh, I bet you got it all written down. Oh, I bet you got it figured out. I know just a little bit. And I know just a little bit. Well, it all might be subjective, but either way, we're still subjected. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thank you. All right. Seriously, hot crowd.
This is nice. I don't always get this. I really do feel spoiled right now. Thanks for listening. So my name is J.D. Eicher. I live over and I brought this sign so that you can see how it's spelled, because no one would ever guess that, I don't think. But anyway, I live over in Youngstown, like 45 minutes from here, which is convenient today. I got a wife and a little 18-month-old at home, and I spend, thanks. I don't clap too much. I'm also trying to make a living in music, so I'm not a questionable dad at this point, because I'm on the road so much. But I'm trying to make it work. I'm spending about a third of my days touring, and then the rest I'm kind of Mr. Mom and at home with childcare. But it's a blast. These have been the best years of my life so far, and I'm just very grateful every part of the day. In the mornings I wake up with Ellie. My daughter's name is Ellie. I wake up with Ellie, and we hang out together and play like Mr. Potato Head and stuff. And I feel like a genius all morning. And then afternoon I do a lot of work. That's the worst part of my day. And then I come out and do shows, and it's good stuff. Get real quiet into it. How's he going to compare this to his daughter's situation in the mornings? It's an even spread, but I would choose my daughter, no offense. Okay, I want you guys to know that. I just need to make sure that's on record. People are videotaping. So. Alright, I want you guys to help me choose the next song. I do some covers occasionally, just so that if you're not familiar with my original stuff, by the way, that's healthy, I'm not famous. But if you're not familiar with my original stuff, at least there's something familiar. So, for this option, I want you to help me choose between, we could do Let It Be by the Beatles, or we could do Atlantic City by Bruce Springsteen. Okay, so have a method. There seem to be some leanings here, but I become a human sound meter. Been doing this for almost a decade, and it's a big part of the show for me. So, and I'm really unbiased. I choose songs to play that I like, so it's not going to be like that. But just really give it up for the one you want, so that it's not like close, because then we're in this awkward point where I have to make half the room upset. So, all right. So if you want Let It Be, give it up. Thank you. I have a reading on the Eicher scale of 7.9. Okay. All right. If you wanted Atlantic City, give it up. Okay. Thank you. Wow. Okay. So here's the deal. 7. And here's why. Let It Be had a wider and more evenly spread sound pressure, whereas Atlantic City, there's a group over here that was really kind of pulling all the way. And so that means I need to apologize. I gotta apologize to you guys later. But we're gonna do Let It Be. Okay. Sorry. Democracy.
I did say to vote.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer. Let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. 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 Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be. But let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. There will be an answer. Let it be. Thank you.
I put my set list for tonight on as the background on my phone so I wouldn't lose it. But then somebody sent me a text during that song, and so I was like figuring out how to get that out of the way so I could see what song was next. Really professional. So I mentioned my wife. I've been married coming up on 4 years now, almost college degrees worth of time, and it feels like that, you know. It really is kind of a learning thing as you go and you figure out how to exist together and not piss each other off. It's been a really good thing though. We met in high school on the swim team. Some of you have heard this story, so forgive me, but I'm going to go into it. I'm not really launching here. We met on the swim team. I was a year younger than her. She's kind of a cougar, if you will. I was on the swim team and I got put in her lane. And when you swim in like high school and college and whatnot, you get in a lane and basically it's like a group of people and they're always training together. And so we swam like 10,000 circles together. And I had a crush on her immediately. I found her attractive, but I also at age 15, 16 looked like I was about 11 years old. And I was very aware. Killed my confidence with the ladies. I had no game. I got right in the friend zone with her and hated her boyfriends for like 3 years. That was my whole thing. And I had a line I would always use. She'd say, she'd be like complaining about a boyfriend. She'd be like, he's bailing on me to go out with his friends tonight or something like that. And I'd be like, I don't know. Sounds like a warning sign. Just plant the seed, And then maybe when that relationship ends, that'll be my shot, and I'll have facial hair at that point too, So I'll be bold enough to ask. But it never happened. She went to college. She went to Ohio State. I went over to Westminster College in the PA line over there, and thought that was that. But years later, she was home, and I found out she was living at home, starting her job in the real world as a nutritionist, and I was at my parents' house in the basement calling coffee shops, trying to get gigs. Not much has changed. I still work out of a basement, honestly. But, that's my own basement anyway. That's improvement, I think. But anyway, so I reached out to her and asked her to get together to catch up. And we're having drinks. We went to see this movie. It wasn't really a date. It was like I wasn't ready to ask her out. Again, I have no game. So we just went out to catch up. But we went and saw this movie. Then we went and got beers at a bar. And we're sitting there, and I don't even really remember this, but a piece of hair fell in front of her face. Like in her eyelash, and I moved it out of the way while we were talking. Big deal. Big deal. Big deal. Didn't know it at the time. Very important move. Because months later, she's like, "What? You want to know when I knew this was going to work out?" We're dating at that point. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm 7 years into this project. When did you think you might be interested?" And she's like, "Well, there was this moment," and this is like 3 months ago. There was this moment 3 months ago where the same piece of hair fell on my eyelash. It was so sweet. You moved it out of the way, tucked it behind my ear. I knew you were a good guy. And I was like, that was the thing I had to do? You know what I mean? I've been laying groundwork for a long time to find out at that point that I just needed like a windy day. Anyway, gentlemen, we've been working too hard. Pocket Fans. This is a song called The Last Love Song. I wrote it for my wife.
Well, it took some time, but there are things that I know now. And I'm glad I finally found my way to you. I used to spend my time not knowing why, just going out, lost in a maze that kept me from the truth. Wishing I could read your mind and see what you see. Well, I wanna start wishing I could read your mind, 'cause I've got a feeling you're the last love song that I wanna write. You're the last one I'll ever need. You're the last love song that I wanna write, baby. I've got a feeling. I used to ask myself what I was doing here, and now I don't. I used to let the wrong things rule me, and now I won't. 'Cause now I spend my time not knowing why, not wanting to. Found in a maze that starts and ends with you. Well, I wanna start wishing I could read your mind and see what you see. Well, I wanna start wishing I could read your mind, 'cause I've got a feeling you're the last love song that I wanna write. You're the last one I'll ever need. And you're the last love song that I wanna write, baby. I've got a feeling. I'm so tired of love songs, they don't get to me. These singers sing about pretty things, but they're just melodies. You heard the words, and every verse is begging to be true. But none of those songs are for you. So you're the last love song. 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 You're the last love song that I wanna write. You're the last one I'll ever need. You're the last love song that I wanna write, baby. I've got a feeling. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. So I have an opportunity to come my way. By the way, if you're wondering if I'm going to be talking like this in between each song, yeah. Sorry about that. Every once in a while after a show, somebody will be like, not too bad with the music, maybe a little less talking. And I'm always like, I have a sickness, I can't not do that. Sorry. But thank you for the advice. It's probably sound and would be a reason why things are moving so slow on the scenic route in my career. Anyway, I had an opportunity about a year and a half ago to work with the author Nicholas Sparks. Any Nicholas Sparks readers here? Awesome. Yeah, so
I was on the road touring in the Carolinas, and I got a call out of the blue from my manager. He said, have you ever heard of Nicholas Sparks? He'd like you to write a song for him. And I was like, Tom, do I owe you money? Am I back on commission or something? What's the deal? You know? And he's like, no, I'm serious. And I still don't really believe it, but we worked through it, and it was true. So Nicholas Sparks, too, if you're not familiar, he did the movie The Notebook, Walk to Remember, Dear John. He has 11 movies and 20 books. And he's a monster, basically, is what I'm saying. And for his 20th book in 20 years, he wanted to do something special, and he had a song on his mind. He wanted to have a song inspired by his newest novel to go out to all his readers as kind of a thank you, because he has such a loyal following. And through some kind of miracle, my record got passed along to him and his team, and they chose to reach out to me about it. And Tom's like, do you think you can do this? And I'm like, Tom, I'm going to do this. Okay, can I? I don't know. We'll figure it out. But tell him yes, you know. And so anyway, so he and I got on the phone, and I'm like taking notes. I have a little notebook, a little recording notebook. It's kind of cheesy. I should probably just use a computer. But anyway, I'm like on I've got the phone here, and I'm like, the whole time he's talking to me, I'm like, don't say anything sarcastic. Try not to be yourself right now. Just yes, thank you, please. You know, this is the basics. And I'm jotting down the storyline of how the book would end. He hadn't finished writing it, but he kind of had it all mapped out, so we talked through it. And so I went back to my basement at home and wrote this song and recorded it there. And he and I went back and forth about it and finished it up in time for the book release and all that stuff. And it was a really cool thing because he wanted to take an unknown artist and kind of give them a lift. And so he did all kinds of awesome things. I kept getting these phone calls like, hey, is it cool if we do this too? And every time it was cool. He's like, we're going to put your name on the cover of the book. I was like, on the cover of the book? He's like, yeah, it'll be like a little thing that tells people to download the song. 800,000 copies. Yeah. All right, that's cool. Thanks. and then they played it on Good Morning America. He made me a character in the story. So like the song comes on the radio. It's like 2 by 2 by J.D. Edgar comes on the radio. And the last words of the book are inspired by the lyrics of the song. So it's like kind of this back and forth between the song and the book. Coolest thing that could ever happen for me. You know, I was like, it felt like, and it came at a time when we were expecting my daughter, and I was about to kind of throw in the towel with music because I was worried. And this came up, and it kind of gave new life to my whole thing, and it's kept some doors open and kept me on the road. And incidentally, it's a song, or it's a novel about a father and his daughter. And it was like a perfect time for me to write that because I was expecting Ellie. The book came out on my wife and my wedding anniversary. I went on the book tour with Nicholas, and then 2 weeks later, my daughter was born. It was just, if there is such thing as a miracle, that for me, that was it. But I hope you like the song. It's called 2 by 2, and so is his book.
Somehow, I just want to know that I can always be enough for you. I took it all for granted till the good ran out. You took it on your shoulders while I hit the ground. If I had been alone, I know I never would have made it through. You're meant to walk this world one by one. You and I can lift each other up. We'll find our way 2 by 2, 2 by 2. We'll make it through 2 by 2, me and you. It used to be that we were just a one-way road, but lately it's a give and take between us both. You're giving me the strength I need to finally give it back to you. It's in our blood to meet someone. I'm beating down your broken heart. Times like these, they hurt the most, but times like these, they pull us close. You're meant to walk this world one by one. You and I can lift each other up. We'll find our way 2 by 2, 2 each other, we got each other now. When it all comes down, when we're hurt and we hit the ground, when it all comes down, we got each other, we got each other. We'll find our way two by two, two by two. We'll make it through two by two. Me and you, it ain't in a world this crazy. There's no running down the great unknown. But I've been hanging on to one thing lately, and I'm never gonna let you go. We got each other now, we got each other. We'll find our way two by two. Me and you. It all burned down, the two of us together on our own somehow. Thank you.
I had a schedule on time. This is weird. Alright, I'm going to do this song. It's called Not Everybody Runs. Anybody here listen to The Summit by chance in Akron? Summit radio station? Cool. Not a whole lot. You all should check them out. It's 91.3 on the Akron dial. They're a great radio station. They play local music as well as national stuff. And so I've been really grateful to them to get some airplay, which, a guy like me with a very limited budget wouldn't normally get. And so they hooked me up. But this is one of the songs that they played for me. It's a story song, 3 verses, 3 stories. So verse 1, there's a woman who, she's in prison and she writes a letter to the warden and says, I know I've done my time, but don't let me out. I'm not ready to go. And verse 2 is a couple, and they get pregnant unexpectedly, and they figure out a way to make it work, even though it wasn't their plan. And then verse 3 is a soldier who's about to go into battle, and he's, we'll say reluctant about the whole thing, but he goes anyway. And I kind of try to pick situations that I haven't been in. For example, never been a woman in prison, thankfully. It'd be uncomfortable for me. Pick situations I've never been in and try to get in the heads of those people who have to make these tough choices. And, whatever you think, beyond right and wrong, those kind of moments call for bravery, they call for a certain kind of courage that I don't know if I have, to be honest with you. And so this is kind of an ode to people who can be that way, who can make the tough choice, but also a reminder to me that if I'm ever in those places, to try. Hope you like it. It's called Not Everybody Runs.
Said the system isn't working. I know a paper says I served my time, but I ain't well. You see, your mind becomes the prison when you're fighting down a demon. And I barely got used to the bars of my little cell. Shake that cage. I wanna let you know there isn't any part of me afraid to know. No, I don't wanna run all the way. Not everybody run. No. He put his hand against her stomach. She knew he never saw it coming, and she listened with the newborn fear that he would leave. But he said, baby, I'm not going. It won't be easy, but we're alone here. I won't allow myself to father all the same mistakes mine made. Shake that cage. I let you know there isn't any part of me afraid to. No, I don't wanna run away. Not everybody run. Oh, not everybody's running. Everybody's not running now. Everybody's not running now. He put the gun against his shoulder. He knew he'd never be the soldier. But if you listened, you could hear him shout louder than the pouring rain. Shake that cage. I wanna let you know there isn't any part of me afraid to. No, I don't wanna run away. Not everybody runs. The way you're running, ain't funny when we're running. She wrote a letter to the warden. Don't you let me out. Thank you. The old acoustic.
Well, I got one more song for you guys. And then Sawyer's going to be up here and they're going to rock it. They're an awesome band. You guys are in for a treat. Anybody who's heard their band already? Okay, see, some of you know. And then those of you will be with me after this. But I want to say, again, I want to thank them for letting me come and open up. They really are great guys. When I met Sawyer the first time, I knew that he's a legit human being in addition to being a great musician. Sometimes it's not that way. Sometimes everybody's a little too rock star. But that's not the case. They're a good group of guys. I'm grateful to be here. People sometimes ask me, hey man, you're not famous. What can I do to help you? You know, like that. And I'm like, well, thanks for noticing. Just kidding. I'm like, so I've prepared some things. If you do want to keep in touch, the best ways are if you follow me on Spotify, if you're a Spotifyer. That's a big thing. Every time somebody follows you on Spotify or puts your music on their playlist, then that platform pushes music to more ears. They kind of share me with more people. So if you use Spotify and you follow me, that's a big help. I also have music for sale. I've got a vinyl record that I put out a couple weeks ago with a bunch of what you heard tonight on it, and regular records, a 2x2 album and stuff like that. So I'll be hanging out from the moment I get my gear out of here. I'll be either in the back at the merch, watching the show, or around. So please come say hi. I'm very approachable. As awkward as I seem on stage, I swear I'm nice. So just come say hi. I come off as too desperate, too thirsty. I am. I'm desperate. Come say hello. This is my last song. It's called Wanderer. Thanks so much for listening. My name is J.D. Eicher.
his eyes, but none fly, 'cause he knows he's a man of goodbyes. Cause he's a wonder, oh, he's a wonder, oh. And he's racing the daylight just to find, oh, just to find. Oh, the colors in the sky. He swears they'll show him why. Oh, they think he's crazy as he walks out of sight. Oh, and he knows he's the only one who's alive. Cause he's a wonder, oh, he's a wonder, oh. And he's racing the daylight just to find, just to find. Oh, the colors in the sky. She swears they'll show him why.
J.D. Eicher, thanks so much for Rialto's Theater. Thank you all for listening. I hope I get to see you again sometime. I'm from Youngstown, so I'll be around. Thank you.
Lisa's up next.